What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the best strikers in FIFA 23 you can get right now. So we're going to start off with some lower odds, and honestly, strikers now and in general players are at an all-time high as we come towards the end of the game. So we are going to the final few, really. We've got just over a month left until the next game. We've got the lowest of the lowest here at the moment for the cheap coins. You've got Nicolas Pepe, you've got Kane, David, Martinez and Ben Yedder, all between around 30 to 100,000 coins. To be honest, to be fair, all of them would actually be a nice cheap option. Pepe's obviously got the pace from Shapeshifter. Kane is a dangerous finisher, absolutely lethal finish on him. I always liked Ben Yedder and Jonathan David. Both of them have got that ability, but Ben Yedder would absolutely come on top there. Would love a 5'5" footers Ben Yedder if we could, though. That would be the icing on the cake for him. And Martinez, in terms of the Serie A, he's definitely a nice upgrade compared to what we had previously, but Osimhen is coming in on my mind. Di Natale is definitely there, so he isn't necessarily my first choice when it comes to the low rated. When I'm looking at this lot, I'm thinking Kane has always been that meta player going forward. Pepe's got the pace, but realistically, a lot of people do now. We've seen a lot of defenders with 90 plus, fullbacks with 99, midfielders with 99 as well, so the pace element of it is starting to go. It is all about the whole package, and I think as the lower tier comes in, they're good, but I feel like you definitely need to step up one more in the price. Now onto the 100 to 250k tier. I'm going to start with one man which is ruining everything in FIFA, and that is our man Piaczek. If you've not done him yet, just try him out. Like, genuinely see how you go with him, because he is absolutely phenomenal, and it's mainly because of the mechanics of the game. The one thing that's really annoying me, personally, I run Dalglish and Cech, but now I'm starting to change it out, because we used to love the 5'5" that obviously Dalglish does possess, as well as kind of the smaller build, more agility, kind of got that acceleration in him. But what Cech is now adding is that lengthy meta. He is obviously, what, 6'5" or 6'6", 6'5", here's the lengthy meta. He's got the pace on top of it, the dribbling, the 5-star skills. It's ruining the fact of how I play this game, because you knock a through ball for him, you go with a step over into obviously a speed boost, you just knock it round the defender. He has that lengthy ability that just absolutely blows past people. It's almost like a souped up version of when we started this game with the lengthy meta being broken. He's just absolutely incredible. The one which unfortunately is gone if you haven't got him is Abraham, 6'5" or 6'6" as well. Lengthy meta going forward is just absolutely crazy. But I would say that is one thing that is really annoying with these goalkeepers out of positions. Same with in the midfield, you've got Milinkovic-Savic at like 6'8". They are just so quick once they get going. You can't physically stop them. So it is almost making a whole new game style for the end of the game, which kind of disallows anybody else to really get a touch. Cech is just the man that buries everything. With obviously the rest of the team, we've obviously got Sanchez, we've got Lacazette as other Ligue 1 strikers, as well you throw in Ben Yedder and obviously David as well. There's some very, very good options. I do like Sanchez, 165, would have loved a 5-star skiller or weak foot at the minimum, but Lacazette has got to come out on top of this for me. He is absolutely brilliant, and he was cheap right from the start of Team of the Season, so now coming in at 200 is not a bad price for a striker. And obviously when it comes to centre mids, wingers, strikers, centre-backs, you always have to opt to pay a little bit more. Fullbacks, goalkeepers don't necessarily always come in at the value, as they are important, but I'd definitely rather get that spine finished before I go for kind of the outer edges. Whereas striker is obviously the most important. If you can't get a striker that can score goals, almost like a centre-back that can't defend goals, you're kind of pretty pointless in the game. But Lacazette is absolutely phenomenal. We have Lewandowski. To be honest, I'm surprised he isn't cheaper. Maybe just because he is 97 rated, he has held that price, but I've just never been a fan after La Liga's Team of the Season. I feel like we've got better players, and even though he has got the 99 shooting, and same with Kane at that incredible finishing, I always preferred Kane over Lewandowski. But Obviously, it is the best version of him, which is always going to be an absolute blessing. We do have the Torres SBC out right now, 150 or 160 really if we round up. Not a bad price for a good striker. He's got the pace, the dribbling, the shooting. Obviously, he is a little bit behind the curve in terms of the meta strikers, but for 160, he is not bad whatsoever. Then we have the Serie A boys in Di Natale, who I am desperate for a footies hero. He would be absolutely nuts as a 95-96 Di Natale. That card would be one of my favourite strikers. He's always been very, very good. Even when he was actually in the game for Udinese, he was exceptional. Dybala, on the other hand, he's kind of one of them ones that you almost either have to force to put him in, or he just is not really there. He's on the bench. We managed to get him red, I think, the second week of kind of the overall team of the season red picks rather than just Serie A. And he was good. He's a good player. He's not necessarily my favourite choice, but I do like his dribbling style. The 99 dribbling always works. And obviously being a 4-4, had that ability when the Serie A came out. Now we're looking at 5-5s. He's kind of on the bench more than anything. And with all of the footies that we've got, he's just one of them players that is just another one in the pot. We also have Figo as a shapeshifter, and then also Diego Forlan. Some very, very nice strikers going forward there. The shapeshifter icons was a very, very good ad. I must admit, really enjoyed that promo for the 3 weeks we had it. Definitely a good value for your money. Coming in at 233, it's not a bad option. Forlan, on the other hand, great finishing. Even though he's got the pace, he does lack that little bit of speed going forward. I've always found his finishing to be brilliant, but when it comes to going forward, it's just never really got going for me. And again, it could be just my play style. So used to the Czechs, the 5-star Dalglishas, Del P's, Mbappe's. He's just never been the one that I would stick up front in my main team. Then we also have Rudiger, which was the first shapeshifter striker we got in the first team. Then obviously Czech came along and he did really well. He is more of a gimmick now. If anything, the centre-backs going into strikers, I don't really see him heavily, but he's still coming in at a pretty good price, and he naturally has had a massive upgrade going from centre-back to a striker. I'd like to tell you about skycoach.gg. They offer many features within the FIFA franchise, from FIFA coins to FIFA Weekend League boosts, from trusted sellers, pro players, and are the best prices on the market currently. They have fast delivery, high quality services, lots of games, and also a cashback program. The more coins you buy, the more eligible you are for cashback options. So if you want to buy FIFA coins at the best price, click the link in the description of this video. It will be active promo code for 10% discount from my subscribers. All you have to use is the code JT11 at the checkout to receive this bonus. On to the video. Now, we do have very, very little kind of options from the 250 to 500 mark. We have a Ginola who would, again, like Di Natale, be stunning as a footies hero. And I hope, well, we got a 98 last year. Could we see a 97, 98 Ginola? I think I'm waiting for a Bidi Pele, Di Natale, Ginola, and also Lucio. Maybe even throwing Marquisio in there if we get one more team for footies that could be absolutely sensational as a footies hero. A final upgrade would be absolutely class for him. And then we have two icons in Del Piero and also Cantona. Del P, great upgrade. Very much like Dalglish, 5-5, added the extra stats. Doesn't look as pretty really compared to most of the footies and shapeshifters we got, but still an unbelievable card if you wanted to give him a go. Cantona this year has just never been the one. I like his base and his mid, obviously at the start of the game, but when it comes to these end periods, he's kind of, if I pack him, it's great. I'm not really going out and buying him. I'm not really searching for him too much. If I'm doing an icon pick, there's plenty of icons I'd rather go ahead of him, especially now with the vast majority of shapeshifters, trophy titans, foot birthdays, just generic top-end icons, that he is kind of that mid-choice now. Don't know if it is the fact we've got the Etos now with a big upgrade, the Van Persie, the Henry, Garincha, Pele, R9. They're all got bigger upgrades, whereas Cantona could do with that next level. Maybe if we saw a centre-mid version from shapeshifters for Cantona, might have been a little bit of a difference story. Now we're on to the 500 to 1,000,000 coin players. We've got some very nice strikers now. This is the top of the top in terms of kind of that just before the absolute destroying of 4-5 mil coin strikers. Mahrez, impeccable, absolutely brilliant. 600,000 coins just under, which is kind of what you would expect for him. The 5'5", the great striker link, the stats have been absolutely mashed up into the top end there. Great pace, dribbling, got the left foot, the passing side of stuff, and obviously the finishing to go on top of it. He is absolutely brilliant. I love that as a striker. He's come from the wing, moved into that striker role. Yes, you could still kind of put him on the wing in game and he'd still do absolutely brilliant, but I do think that is a great Premier League striker if you wanted that mid sort of card range. With obviously any of the award winners, they can have their team of the season that is a little bit cheaper, but just to know that there is two versions. We have Nkunku, which unfortunately the news broke that he is unfortunately out for 2 months, which it's one of them things. Hopefully we do bounce back with him, because he would be a great addition to another Premier League player that would get some absolutely mad special cards. And maybe we still do, just the fact that obviously we will see him in out of position, it's not out of position, it's non-inform based, it's not form based, so I don't even know what the word is. It's non-form based promos in FIFA. Like when you've got your rule breakers, we could still get an Nkunku even if he is out. But that, again, would be absolutely sensational. With obviously the 800k card, it's kind of gone under my radar, to be honest. We've used him very little because we've never packed him. Obviously, with the SBC, you could have got that done, but it was a little bit expensive. And obviously, we was going to get his team of the season within the next few weeks. So there was no point going to do that, to then go and do the Bundesliga team of the season one. They were the same sort of rating in the grand schemes of, after a couple of weeks he's gone up a +3, +4, and I was not really too convinced to go do that SBC to then have another version upgraded. Eusebio, on the other hand, absolutely amazing. We love Eusebio. Him, Cruyff, obviously R9, they're all the top. Even Puskás you throw in there, they are all absolutely top of the top. And what's funny about that is they weren't even added into the team. They are in this price bracket. Cruyff is now coming in at 540. Puskás as an SBC is 900, but the card itself is coming in at 317. Again, the SBC came out long before, obviously, when we've got these prices differences. He had a lot of SBCs to complete, which now I'm probably like, it's not really worth it. You can go do plenty of 90+ icon player picks, and more than likely they'll be repeatable for the rest of the game, so there's not really any need for him. Whereas I absolutely love Cruyff. Out of the three, I think Cruyff for me is my fan favourite. Again, you can go get the SBCs for the other two. Cruyff only had the SBC for the mid, I want to say, whereas now we're still waiting on a prime and still waiting on a bigger upgrade. We only got the World Cup card for him, so I was hoping he would have got a final card, but by the looks of it, I don't think we're getting Footies icons, even though, again, that would have been a great section to put into this. Osimhen, on the other hand, again, another cracking card, 6'1", taller build. I don't believe he is lengthy. I don't know if we can even see this on here. He's high and average build. I don't know if we can see the lengthy meta on here, but I want to say he's just under in terms of the requirements for him, but the pace alone with that shooting is absolutely brilliant for him. And then we have the best of the best. These are the cards that everybody wants, from your 84x10 repeatable, your 85x10, 86 picks, icons, the whole shebang. These are the cards we're looking for. Unfortunately, 2 of them, or at least 4 of them, are not actually in packs right now. Whether we get them back or we just get the SBCs where we could potentially get a Footies card, that seems to be the only way. CR7, still extinct, which is just absolutely crazy that we cannot even play with him. I get adding Footies into the team because then we can necessarily have more rather than just being 1 SBC a day. But the fact that we still couldn't go buy him if we really wanted to. Messi's coming in at 7.1. Alvarez is at 1.3, which is respectable. Griezmann 1.1. And the new Jesus is 1.1. You can see the difference between semi-obtainable cards. I think 1 million coins is better. Well, it is better than 7 million coins, but it's still obtainable in some ways. Whereas 7.1 and 15 mil extinct is just no point. These are the cards we want to play with and have in the team by the end of the game, unless they completely change how Footies is and we do get a massive 85, 86x10 with all of these back impacts. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, but we still have, like I say, over a month to go. Normally we find the 85x10 repeatable is in September. The only worry is are these even going to come back into packs? That is the big one. Outside of the edge, Haaland, still a cracking card, 1.3. You will find that the team of the season is that little bit cheaper. Same as Mbappe, an incredible striker that everybody would want. Unfortunately, no team of the seasons are actually even in packs in batch 2. So hopefully once we go to batch 3 or we get added on Friday, we should see some more team of the seasons coming in. But he is one that everybody is chasing. On the outer edge, love a Pogba. I really didn't expect this card to come, but 97.55. He still rocks that striking role, that midfielder role. He is just an absolute force. And then we have the icons. I do know Pele does have a left wing. That one technically can't be a striker, whereas obviously this one can at 1.7. Still 98 rated and an absolute monster going forward. But the Garrincha and also the R9, 2.2 and 7.3 of absolute pure Brazilian icon genius. I think these are... You could pick any. You could pick one, you could pick two. All of them would work with each other, and I think all of them have a different statistic that they can provide. Obviously with R9, he's just the general best striker we normally like. Messi's got the agility, Ronaldo's got the pure power and pace, Garrincha very much like Messi with that dribbling, Mbappe's got the uniqueness of Mbappe. Haaland, if he gets his own body type next year, that card is going to be absolutely nuts going forward, especially if the ratings have been leaked are proper, him and Mbappe both being 91. If he does have that Haaland body type, like how R9 has his own, that would be absolutely sensational. And obviously when it comes to the strikers in the footies at the bottom, they all again have their own right. All of them being a 5-star, they're just going to be crackers to go forward, and hopefully you've managed to get one of them. So let me know down below who is your best striker you've managed to either pack or get in your team. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.